Greetings, this is Pillar Nexus Ancient Gladiator. A little bit of a status report and just working on some shit while docking. Um, for what I'm working on today, I'm cutting out the counters for Doomsday Machine. We'll print out and play expansion for Nourishment Hex. The visuals for this are based on the 3.0 version, which I have yet to get. If I actually got the 3.0 version of the game, that would have come with it. But no, I have the old version. That's fine. The old version and that Babel 13 expansion. Nourishment Hex is a nice little game. So let's chat for a little while. As I speak, the solo sequence series has ended with 6 videos. Let's remember what they are. They're a Fallout, Route, Great Western Trail, Call to Adventure. There's my creative idea for New Angeles. And I can't really think of anything good, so I'm going to stumble around for several minutes idea for Starlight Stage. Yeah, it's supposed to alternate between my own creative ideas for solo modes for games and built-in solo modes for games. And I realized after Starlight Stage that this idea is not working out. Granted, the videos have not been published yet. They are scheduled for the first 6 days of December. And then that series is just done for now. If I still had Gears of War, that's like the one episode I want to cover. That's the one game I want to cover the most. But no, I had to give up on that game. How many previous times have I owned it? That's fucking game. It's been like 3 separate times. Yeah, 2 or 3 separate times, and it's like every time I've let the game go. See, I have this gigantic problem with buying and selling games. And then buying back games I've previously owned, even if it's not the same copy that I used to own. There's very few games in my collection that I can say I've bought once and I've held on to it. Period. But let's think over what I've got. War Chest, a game I have yet to play with anyone. I've got my eye on my board game shelf right now. I'm just thinking of the ones I've only owned once and have not sold. Yeah, War Chest, Starlight Stage, which I've had since 2019, which was the year I got curious about idols and stuff. And I love that game, and I'm never letting it go. Damn it. Even have the expansion. MIL, which I bought used from someone else. And I'm still wondering what the hell possessed me to get that game, other than the weird nostalgia. Infamy, one of the more recent games that I picked up this year, because I really need more cyberpunk goodness in my gaming world. Shadowhunters, which I bought used for someone from someone for like $100, which Yeah, it sounds like a lot, but good luck finding a copy these days for any cheaper. Let's see, Endeavor, which I bought used last year, I believe. And I'm not letting that go because I know there's a new edition, the Age of Sail, and I know there's a re-implementation called Deep Sea. But again, I stick by my plan. I have to go to Japan. I'm not sure if that would be a good game to bring or something else. Heart of Crown, which I bought off a used shelf, despite the fact that it was effectively brand new. I guess somebody bought it, realized what it was, and was like, oh, they didn't want it. And they sold it for like half price or so. Soccer Arms, so nice. I bought it twice because I wanted to have 2 copies to open up the potential for mirror matches. I've also made an extra copy of the board and added some pink chips for use as a way to set up the game to play with 6 players. Now, I'm considering the recent update, getting all 3 of those boxes so I could have all the new stuff. But I am not looking forward to sleeping with all those bastards, because holy crap. Let's see here, what else? Great Western Trail, which I'm honestly tempted to sell at some point. It's a decent game. It's just, it's like maybe I should hold on to it. Let's see, the Night Cage. The Night Cage was spared the fate I was intending for it in the Goodbye Games video. Thunder's Edge, on the other hand, was not spared. I sold that fucker. Terraforming Mars, which has been a gigantic pain in the ass to have the patience to wait for all the extra stuff to come out. I still do not have the post-turmoil promo stuff, and I'm tempted to go looking for it sooner or later. It just depends on my finances, and we'll be talking a little bit about that later. Okay, so Clash of Cultures Monumental Edition is a weird case. I have previously owned Clash of Cultures. I've never owned the expansions for it, but Monumental Edition, having the game and the expansions, and is a new thing to me. So it's kind of a weird case, because Monumental Edition, as long as I don't sell Monumental Edition and then decide, oh, I missed having it, I'm going to go buy it again. No way in hell am I spending $160 plus for the game and the card sleeves. Actually, I swapped out the card sleeves from Clash of Cultures because I wanted to be able to make more decks for Weiss Schwarz. Anyway. Concordia is, I think Concordia is the last one that I have only bought once. I got to buy any expansions for it. I don't know if I'm going to buy any expansions for it, but let's see. But everything else I've bought, sold, and bought again. Although this time diplomacy is a bit different edition. I miss having the Diplomacy edition that I had because it had the wooden blocks. This one only has the freaking cardboard counters, which is why I have wooden blocks that I'm making into sets for the factions for the countries. Yeah, I'm done with the Pillar Lows Tabletop Games series as of the tier list video. And then the solo sequence comes after that, and then it's going to be a very brief series, unfortunately. I don't know, it gets hard to think up ideas for playing games solo and being able to actually recommend them. The whole New Angeles utility mode of, I come up with of just forget about making the money you make, forget about rivalries, forget about the assets. Your goal here is the city has problems and you are going to fucking solve them. You better be ready. And it might make for a more straightforward experience of getting that done. But there's something about that takes away the spirit of the game. That clash between corporations that get their contracts to, they make money off of the problems being solved or prevented in the first place. And then the fight over assets for being able to do more stuff, do things better. It's just not the same game anymore. Other solo experience games I would have liked to have covered included, if I still had a freaking copy of the game, Cities Skylines. Because that one, you play it solo, you could potentially play it as if you had anywhere from 2 to 4 players. And then you're just trying to do your best with making the city as happy as you can. Making sure, utilities are taken care of. It's a game where you just can't do everything. But at the same time, you've got the card draw that can either help you or hurt you. That game, the actual PC game, Cities Skylines, will not run on my computer. Because of my computer specifications. Something I'm going to be looking into next year when I get my income tax returns. Because the little black mark on my laptop screen where the visuals are just starting to be obliterated. It's getting a bit longer, but at least it's not getting wider. It's a horizontal line about, let's see here, almost as wide as my thumb. Almost. It's actually shorter. It's probably closer to the size of my thumb now. But it keeps growing little by little when I'm least expecting it. And I'm going to have to take care of it. I don't have the money to take care of it. But good news is work hours are finally going up which are going to help. And we'll get in a truck, and then we'll have those days to take care of it. We'll see if they want me to focus on the department that I consider my department, or I'm going to try to prioritize the holiday shit, like usual. Yeah, I did not get a whole lot of hours last week because of the truck getting pushed back to this week. It was nice having Thanksgiving and those days off, but I don't know. Between my first 2 checks this month, December, that'll cover most of the bills. And then the next 3 are going to be held on to the best that I can to get me through January, because I know January is going to be a pain. It's always that post-holiday shopping season slump that's the worst for dealing with my bills. I know Mom can help, but I would prefer not to burden her with my requests. Where possible. But one of the things I'm going to be doing sometime this month is taking my mom out to breakfast as my Christmas gift. Yeah. Because it's just nice to go out like that. And just catch up with, an overall assessment of how the year's been. And everything else. This has been an interesting year so far in terms of the way things are going. But at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that just kind of sucks. As much as, okay, I'm probably going to keep watching VTubers. Maybe not as much, but I need to get my head out of the freaking drama side. I make sure to not go to do not recommend for every last one of those channels that peddles in drama. But then I'm also going to stop looking at Reddit, period. I don't care who's been suspended or graduating or whatever. I'm going to stop looking at Reddit. I'm going to... I also want to stop looking at Twitter's trending shit. It's like, see stuff like, oh, Hobby Lobby's trending again. Of course. So I am spiritually independent, and honestly, my view is, as long as what you believe in is for your own sake, to help you focus, to find peace, and to do good things with your life, I don't have a problem with it. In fact, I might be curious to learn more about it. Feel free to speak about what you believe in, because I like hearing all these different ideas and stuff. It's when it starts overlapping into political power and force and seriously hurting people that I have to put my foot down and say, no, don't. But Hobby Lobby. So for like the longest time, if you wanted a reliable place to go for fabric, it was either Hobby Lobby or Walmart in this town. There were two freaking Walmarts, for crying out loud. And then we finally got a Joann's in the mall sometime back. They took over the space that used to be like a mini golf hangout. But, you know, Joann's might have them like the bigger selection of fabric. But Hobby Lobby had like a lot of stuff for cheaper and a wider variety of craft stuff. So it's like, I'm not really thinking about, Hobby Lobby's Christian alignment or anything. I'm just like looking at my wallet, like where am I going for the cheap stuff? And then I go online and it's like, you can't shop here or else you're this kind of person. And it's like, what? Sometimes I think life was better when I didn't give a shit about social media. I wish I'd never gotten onto Instagram because that was like the worst. I wish I'd never come back to Twitter. I should have set foot on Twitter in the first place. But unfortunately, I'm taking the path of making shit on YouTube, which means I can't ignore it completely. I don't actively follow that stuff. It's just, it's over on that side, and it's like, here's a trend for you. People are talking about this and this and this and this. Like, really? Well, I was happy to see like Gura coming back. I didn't realize how long she's been gone, but she's coming back on December 1st. So yay! I figure if I just use Twitter and just stick to keeping an eye on VTubers and maybe some board game stuff, that it won't feel so bad. I just need to ignore all the politics and the other bullshit and just promote my YouTube stuff as much as I can. And then, yeah. Yeah, I got a letter, a response letter from sending my thank you letter to my aunt for sending me my grandpa's stuff from his time in Japan and Korea. And it was bringing up a time that I honestly forgot. My brain is filled up with so much random other crap that there's a lot of memories I've just kind of forgotten about completely. And that's unfortunate because, they're memories that I made with my grandpa, and why am I forgetting this crap? Why am I remembering things I don't need when I'm forgetting things that I should be remembering? It also brought up, for dealing with my finances to go to Japan at some point. Saving money. It's like, I can't save money when I have these bills. All I can do is set money aside and for, to deal with my bills for the following month, and just kind of do that leapfrog of eventually having more money to deal with a month ahead of time, but it's just going to end up being spent on that stuff. I haven't spent nearly as much money on gambling anymore. I think I'm at the point where I'm done buying any kind of gambling. I just need to cut off the habit completely, and that'll save me in the long run. And then I've got a lot of bills to take down. It used to be called the Premier line with my bank, now called the personal line, and my reserve line with the bank for covering overdraft shit which is something that very rarely catches me off guard. I pay the fuck attention to my bank accounts, or my bank account, and it's rare that actually happens, but it can happen with the YouTube and Patreon. And but yeah, the balances for both are like, if I realized that I was gonna have access to this money, I should have done something smarter with it, like invest in a starter car, because that would have opened up the kind of job opportunities that would have helped me pay off the car and the debt and get me into a better financial situation, like where I could potentially live on my own. Living here is nice, but I would like to have more privacy. I like to be able to do my videos a little more spontaneously, like not having to worry about, my sister's kid is at school in this time, so I should probably try to make videos then and not after he gets home and is still wound the hell up. And I need to my cooking skills have atrophied badly because Mom's more gung-ho about making dinner than I am, so it's like, okay, I'm just I need to step up and cook my own damn meals again. I actually need to learn what kind of meals to make, because you can only get by so far with certain ideas. For what it's worth, I never got into like the quick stuff like the instant ramen or anything like that. There's too much freaking sodium in that. Holy crap. There's always, that's always one of the things I try to keep an eye on is, does this have too much sodium, too much salt? And I don't know. Okay. But yeah, I need to do better. Anyways, I'm going to do the rest of this out of the video, but things coming up. As I said, I didn't want to start a new series. I'm going to be starting a new series. I'm looking at my RPG books, and I'm thinking about doing a series on character creation. So, look forward to it. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Pillar Nexus. See you next time.